Hello, this is Gene. I already did a video already about this issue, but after thinking about it, decided that I wanted to go on a different tax. Um, then the name of this video is going to be the elephant in the room. Yesterday, there was another school shooting, and the president came out and he does what he normally does, but this time he was much more forceful and talking about we need to change gun laws and everything. And now we're having this discussion again about mass shootings and why our culture allows it. And why I want to make this video is, as bad as what happened yesterday, what people will consider a mass shooting, which is once every day we have something like that in this country. Now, just so you understand what a mass shooting is by the people that defined it as mass shootings, these people that say one every day, that's and I'll link it down below. It's 4 persons are hit by a gun. Doesn't mean anybody actually dies, but that's how they categorize it. So uh, so also what the president look, first of all, I want to take my opportunities to give the condolence to the people that got killed. Everything I say after that isn't to defame the victims in this, because it was horrible. It was a tragedy. But when the president comes out and says that it's routine, he has to come out there and he has to say, I can't do it unless you do something about it. He is equating an issue that isn't the biggest issue when it comes to guns and violence that the guns have, and the after fact of what a gun can do to you. Actually, over the last 30 years, gun deaths have come down. I'll link that as well. We could do better. I certainly support black ground checks. I think we should make sure that people are not on some sort of damaging drugs when they buy guns. So I'm for that. But about 60 to 65% of the people that kill themselves with guns, it's almost 80% of those who do it are white men. They're suicides, and they outnumber homicides in this country. And yet, this president, a progressive, a left-leaning person, hasn't done anything in his administration to go after this, to say, why are we letting this happen? I had other charts that I looked through before I started this video. In the black community, only of the, I think it's around 8,000 or 9,000 that are killed by guns in the black community, which is almost, and 93% of the ones that do it are other black men, mostly. Girls get killed in the black community, but mostly it's young African Americans. But only about 15% of them, I'll have to look at the chart, and I'll put in the link below, use it for suicide. In the white community, it's like 4 times that. And again, it's usually white men. Girls don't normally kill themselves with guns. Most of what I read is that women, on average, are looking for some sort of attention. Of course, they do kill themselves, and they attempt it as much or more than men do. But men apparently are better at this, so when they kill themselves. I think that women sometimes looking for attention. So my question is to the president again. Yes, it's horrible when this happens. It's horrible that you have to go out there and say this. It's horrible, and you want the gun laws to change. But why aren't you out there talking about this? More people die from this than all of this. And then if you add in that, let's say 9,000 people in the black community is killed by guns every year. 93 of those, 93% of that is administered by other black people. So that's about 8,000 people. And if we say 15% are actually killing themselves, so you take off another, 112 or 1,200 off of that, so about 6,500 people are killing themselves every year in inner cities around this country and around everywhere else in the United States. And you put in the suicide issues in there. Not to say that what happened yesterday wasn't tragic, but it is the smallest of this. And you put so much effort to come out there and rail against something, whatever it is, and say that you're looking to us, the people, to do something about it. There are a lot of reasons why all this stuff could be changed. And as a leader, I would hope that you would do that by bringing people from the black community, the white community, the Hispanic community, talk about all issues when it comes to mental health care, to try to understand why men are killing themselves 4 times more than girls are, women are. Some of these people that go in, that shoot up a school, usually have mental issues, and at the end of the day, they end up killing themselves after the event, or they die from suicide by cop. Of course, we would like to say that most people would say that, hey, if you don't like this life that bad, kill yourself, don't go in and kill somebody else. I would support that. However, the question is, who do these people have to go to? I mean, I've listened to Elliot Rogers. As crazy as that person was, clearly he was asking for help over social media. But where is this person? Even though he's clearly had actually access to therapists, but he was on. I think he was on something, and we won't know about what happened yesterday. Obviously, this is a man issue. Most of us that are serial killers, mass shootings, are men. So that's something we can look at as well. But there's a way to do that without shaming all of men. And men need to stand up and support other men when it comes to this. So yesterday when I was listening to the president, whatever, seems like it was a very strong statement by him. But he doesn't do anything. And he has made sure that when it comes to women's issues, he's there. No matter what the feminists tell him, he supports that. And the party that I used to be with is so on that side now. And then when they actually have issues, they'll just say, well, we're going to blame, it's all on men anyway, and it's all about toxic masculinity, or we have to still tell them not to rape and stuff like that. And that doesn't solve anything. Maybe we should have at least one federal agency that looks at men's issues, just one, instead of the 7 or 8 that you have for women. But as I said before, I started another video and I was going to upload it. But when I really started thinking about it, I was talking about how many people kill themselves with guns every year, and most of them are women or men, most of them are white, but it does impact those people of color as well. So I don't know what the issue is there. Do we say anybody can have a gun because with the access to guns that they can kill themselves? Or I would be somebody who would say, hey, if I don't want to be around in this country, or in this life, I should be able to kill myself. But I just wish that got more play, and not just a play to say men are weak and so we check out. How about something that will bring us together and have this community get together and make things better? Because if men are healthy mentally, it will help everything else. And if women will support that and not go on internet, they talk about what happened to UN about Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn, talking about how they're being harassed online, and they want to characterize it as some sort of violence, and they don't really believe that men don't get abused online. There are so many things that people say online about men, about their dick or their and they shame them over and over. And unfortunately, a lot of these people are raised up as single mothers, either in the black community and the white community, and from on life, a lot of them are shamed, and it's from their mothers that do this, and it leaves with this issue to their adults that they don't know how to be a man. And if anybody would actually just look at what it was, I don't want to be a traditionalist type of person, but looking how people, how they actually got together and talked to people, and the respect that we used to have, we don't have that anymore. And guys don't even know how to say anything without getting shamed by everybody else. And when guys are on TV or on the YouTube or something saying that girls won't talk to me, and and then these guys go out and kill themselves or something like that, and then somebody will come on right after that and say, "Good, you're ugly anyway. I'm glad you killed yourself." What's going on in this country? Where's the compassion that we used to have? There's so much more than just this, and we're gonna find out more about this kid. All I heard is he was living home with his mom. I didn't hear anything about his dad being there. So we'll see what happens. But that's to me, that's the elephant in the room. The first one, more people are getting killed with guns through suicide in this country, more than homicides. And then when you drop down from that, in the black community, they are killing themselves at epidemic levels, and they're doing a lot more than these shooters in schools are doing. And nobody wants to talk about that, because if we do and we're white, it's racist. So, and in the black community, when they talk about this, I see it all the time. Like Richard Sherman for Seattle said something about it. One of his teammates basically didn't agree with him, really in a unkind of way, was saying he was Uncle Tom. So in the black community, that needs to stop too. This is going on forever. I mean, before the whole crap with Cosby came up, he was called Uncle Tom because he said that they need to get, the black community gets their act together. I don't understand why that's not they should, and so should the white community, and everybody should get their act together. But that's all I have today. If you have any comments, just let me know in the comments area. If you like the video, just hit that like button and share it if you would. And I'll talk to you later. And also, shout out to Sister Danger. Her video just did really well yesterday. I'm hoping that we can really get her out there. She's a very good, rational, logical person. I don't always agree with her. She obviously can talk a hell of a lot better than me. And she's one of those rare females. I'm going to sound sexist. One of the rare females that use logic and rationality, and it's very attractive to see that. But anyway, you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.